Alrighty, everyone. Good to see you all. Day 6, third day of this sort of technique study. The technique, very easy. As you breathe in, I am aware I'm breathing in. As you breathe out, I am aware I am breathing out. Just to talk to obstacles, because I think that's a little bit more valuable in line with our discussion of like negativity bias if there is a problem. And this sense of mindfulness is not arising within you, just consider its wisdom, its value is in its simplicity. There's something in just saying that you are with the breath as you are with the breath. It doesn't have to be anything more than that, and that's a big point behind mindfulness. There is no seeking. It's just an exploration of what is arising, making yourself available to that reality without judgment. And what you find from that sort of honesty, it's almost a form of honesty, is that it's easier to thoroughly embrace that reality, and in that easier to springboard into sort of these noble virtues of joy and gratitude and patience, aspects of this, sort of like monk-like demeanor that mindfulness comes from and facilitates. So it's very, very simple. What we're going to get into today, a prolonged sort of like undisturbed meditation, so about 25 minutes, where you're just going to sit in that silence. If you've never sat for 25 minutes before, I think most of you have though, but if you haven't, just endure. Number one, find joy in the moment, of course. But if there's ever a sense of like confusion, how much longer do I actually have? How long have I been here? 5 minutes, 25 minutes, you become very eager for the time you have left. Enjoy that confusion, right? It's kind of funky to not know how long you've been sitting, to be completely disconnected from the flow of minutes. It's an interesting space to be in. So if that arises, enjoy it. Find joy in the confusion and in the impatience. Beautiful. Last thing, a student asked a question about the top-down, bottom-up focus stuff. And so that goes into neurology. What's meant by that is if you take a second to listen to everything around you while I'm talking, while you're feeling your body, that's open monitoring meditation, right? So you're focused on everything, and that's the style. That's what mindfulness is. And the way that works in your brain is the circuitry involved in creating that experience, right? There's tons of circuits, neural circuits in the brain involved in monitoring time and monitoring where your body begins and where your body ends. Monitoring facial expressions, monitoring faces themselves, monitoring language. The part of the brain that is involved in this open monitoring, this open focus, fires from the base of your brain up towards your cortex, meaning that the base of the brain is the oldest part of the brain, meaning that this ability to sense everything around happening at once is ancient and shared across all animals. Top-down focus, when you take the time to actually sit with the specificity of your breath, or sit and write, write something on your keyboard, or learn an instrument, that's top-down focus. And so it's a very different experience. And the circuitry involved in that fires from the top of your brain down. And because the top of the brain is the most recently evolved, this skill is a very recent skill in the human sort of story. Cool. So just to clarify that, a little neurology. Let's get into it, everyone. 25 minutes straight, unbroken, undisturbed mindfulness. Soften the body, slow the breath. Open presence. Make yourself available to that and available to the joy that exists in this moment. Allow the gentle repetition. I am aware I'm breathing in. I am aware I'm breathing out. Simply keep you connected softly to remaining available to now. Okay, 25 minutes. Enjoy. Your practice is something to enjoy. Slow down the breath. Notice your reaction to the sound of my voice, what your assumptions are of why I'm speaking, close to the end, relief. Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment on purpose, non-judgmentally, as it arises. Make sure you're doing that. How can you not do that? Especially when we include our minds within the moment. Distraction is part of the moment. Rumination is part of the moment, as is focus. From this open presence, the consequence is intimacy. Notice that you are uniquely intimate with the moment you have. As if the present moment were a single thing. A thing to be alone with. A thing to be together with. Intimacy. And from this intimacy, the recognition that every piece of the moment is itself whole, is itself worthy of our availability. That wherever the bumblebee of the mind goes, it is a gift. Make sure that's happening. And from here there is joy. Consciously sparked. Accessible because of where we are and how we are inhabiting where we are. Openly. Presently. Slow down the breath, one last breath to do all of that at once. Notice how easy it actually is. How all of that is contained in the simple instruction to be here now. This is original mind. And with a breath in, open your eyes. Your practice should be heavenly, refreshing,